Let's go. We love you. Love you, Amy. Love you too, Gracie. Thank you, Candy.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. ask me how we got here, 'cause you
Welcome,
don't
Haley.
know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown.
Thank you, Lisa.
But we both know how to swim, no worries as we'll fall now. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow.
Thank you,
Who
Chuck.
cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow.
Thank you, Sunflower.
I know I'm not easy, I drag you out your mind. And there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And now we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
Thank you, Sheila. Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Appreciate your time. Thank you all for being here. Happy Friday. We made it through the week. Thank the Lord. And has it ever been a long week here on YouTube? I think someone put it best on Facebook. There's more drama with this case than a van load of drag queens headed to a wig sale. And I pretty much 110% agree. Yes, that's about right. That's about right. Mrs. Always Right Ryan, thank you, my love. Appreciate you. So happy you're back on tonight. Well, thank you. I appreciate you. And it is hilarious. I thought that was hilarious. I've heard that saying before. But yeah, very, very funny. So a lot going on with this case. If you was with me this morning, I was live earlier this morning, and we were going over what Tony and this guy, what's his name? I'm trying to think. Stephen Crabtree said last night on TikTok. Thank you so much, Moonlight Magic. That's so sweet of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, my dear. Thank you for your support. It means a lot. Thank you. Thank you so much, my dear. And, you know, there's nothing more that I would, other than obviously finding Sebastian, would rather have than have some legitimate information. But is this legitimate information? And why would this guy get this information 80 days into this case? Why? I am suspicious about the info as well, to be quite honest with you. Right. Why? I don't know. Candy, thank you so much, my lovies. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Whoops. There we go. Thank you. Appreciate you. If you received that gift, make sure you thank our dear Candy here. It's very sweet. I hope you're about to put the fire out in the circus tent. I pray it's legit, but I don't know. So I'll say this. You think he got the dates mixed up? Chris has been quiet lately. He has. I've been uploading what I screen recorded last night, and it's been doing it for a freaking hour now. I fell asleep while I was screen recording, so it's 2 hours, and I can't cut it or anything, so I have to just upload it all. I'm suspicious of the whole thing. Yeah, I just don't see how he would have gotten this info. I mean, for instance, let's look at this for one moment. Guys, do me a favor. If you have not hit that thumbs up button yet, please hit that thumbs up button. It is a free way to help get the word out. Would be greatly appreciated. Okay, now, for instance, let's talk about this.
We got information today that, last night we got information that Sebastian was actually communicating with Katie's mom the night before he went missing. We got information today that, last night we got information that Sebastian was actually communicating with Katie's mom the night before he went missing.
Okay. Now, I'm just saying that if they got this from an actual detective, that would be information about an ongoing investigation, right? I don't think they're going to give us that kind of detail. I just don't. I don't think they're going to give us that kind of detail. First of all, if Sebastian was so what did he say that the night before?
Today that, last night we got information that Sebastian was actually communicating with Katie's mom the night before.
Okay, the night before. So we're talking what, Saturday? Justin, is it true or rumored that Tony is an RSO himself? I don't believe that to be true. No, I don't think that's true. No, I think he may have other things in the past, but I don't think that's true. No. So no, I don't think that's true. But JLR did put some stuff, which I looked it up too, and I can confirm. Let me find it. I thought I had it here. Sorry, guys. Okay, here. Yeah, okay. All right. So JLR did put this out. And so he does have some things against him, allegedly, and I'll read them if you just give me a moment. And this is from, it's a while, it's like, and I'm saying this is is Macon County, hold on, is Macon County a county in Tennessee? So there is allegedly a theft charge. I was thinking maybe some Coca-Cola or something, perhaps. Just seems a little wired for sound, you know what I mean? Could be right. I don't know. I just don't know, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, I can check that. Someone just messaged me. So, there is an alleged theft up to $1,000 and some other stuff, but I can't pop it up right now. Macon, Georgia. Yeah. So, I cannot take the things that they said last night as a fact, right? Because police have not stated that. Now, he said that he was going to call, or he was going to go there with Seth today on the recording last night. And we're going to look at his TikTok and see if he has done that. He put out something 3 hours ago. And, I just kind of want to.
Hey guys, so I want to touch base on something real quick. When I started my TikTok,
this is 3 hours ago.
It's simply just for my anxiety and being able to communicate with people and talk to them. And honestly, just a way to meet like-minded people that's been through, the addiction side of things, went through what they have in life. And I would just post about normally daily stuff. I think people are confusing me with an investigative type TikTok, and I don't want y'all to do that. There's people like Ocean, Peachy, Cindy, Chasing Crime, Barbecue Lady, Tammy V, all these people that do news, information, and investigative work that do phenomenal jobs. I am not that guy. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't do that stuff. The only reason why I'm involved with the Sebastian stuff is honestly because where it hit close to heart. As many times me and Lauren sat at Siskin with our son Avery and trying to figure out, and it's crazy. Back when he was 5 years old, they don't want to label autism or ADHD or nothing. It's a very difficult thing because the lines get blurred very easily. But again, I with the Sebastian case, it hit really close to my heart. I just want to make a statement like, look, guys, I thank y'all so much, but I would never even, and I cover like missing children, like, just talking about it and make sure to get the word out there and stuff, other cases, but no investigative stuff. Like, I was just asking questions because I want to know the answers, like what is going on, right? Like, why are we not knowing anything? And, unfortunately, it led to other things like with, they're not talking to Seth and they're not having meetings with him. But I want y'all to know there is way, way, way better people that do this stuff, like JLR on YouTube. Hell, there's others on there at YouTube that are phenomenal investigators. I mean, they are real investigators, go-getters, get after it. I'm not that guy. I don't know nothing about investigative stuff, and as I was, obviously everybody already knows my past. kind of been on the other side of that. So, but I just wanted to just make the statement like, hey, there.
And I'll be honest with you, I believe as long as he's not doing that in this case, and he has paid his debt to society, I don't think he should be judged for it now. You know what I mean? I mean, as long as he is not lying or being screwy, with this case, I don't think he should be, you know, ostracized for it per se. You know what I mean?
There's people like JR, Peachy, Ocean, Cindy, Chasing Crime. Y'all want stuff like that, informative stuff. Go to these women and men and watch these people. They're really incredible at what they do. They do a lot of digging, a lot of homework, a lot of resources. I just don't want y'all to confuse what I do with that. That is way different. And I'm also about like trying to bring people together in this instance. I think that I've always been about that. I think people are allowed to have dialect and talk and have opinions and disagree, and we
Sure.
can all be civil about the shit. Thank y'all so much for everything. Really, it's helped me understand what I really want to do in life, and how I want to help where I can. But as far as being like an investigative person, please don't think that's me. I said that on live the other night. We have super incredible, talented creators that are doing this day in, day out. Pascal, man, the list goes on of people. Barbecue, all these people that do investigative stuff. That is what they do. Feel free to look these women up and look these men up. I mean, and they really, really.
You know what worries me about this? I think the message is great, right? I think the message is great. But yesterday it felt different, and today it feels like he's underplaying. You know what I mean? Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
Put a lot of work and ethic, effort into it. Honestly, a lot of effort. Um, just, anyways, I want to say thank y'all from the bottom of my heart. Just don't confuse me with what I do. Again, I'm just in this because I really care, and it's in my hometown. And my
I think he seems like I just pray it could be some backpedaling. And this is the thing. This is the thing. If he did not talk to them and have that conversation yesterday, if he truly didn't, I pray that he will just say, you know what? I messed up. I got ahead of myself. I said some things that that I shouldn't have said. Let me own it now before it gets any bigger, because people can accept you saying you messed up and you don't want to hurt the case, and just leave it just like stop, right? Just like stop and don't, because lying really does confuse people so much more, right? It confuses people so much more. So if he is, you know, what's his name again? I'm trying to think of his name. Steven. Steven, if you did get ahead of yourself, just please, or if you over exaggerated, just please do the right thing. But if you had the conversation, you had the conversation. But people are going to find out. Right. People are going to find out. So that's the only thing I ask. Just please, for the love of God, please just tell the truth. Amy, thank you so much, my dear. Thank you. Lottie Jean, Lottie Jean. Thank you. Oh my God, y'all, we got a new family member. We got a new family member. Please welcome me, Marie. Welcome. Pearls look amazing on you. I hope you know that. Thank you so much. He works with local law enforcement on a lot of cases, apparently. You know, that's great. But the thing that the thing that I don't understand, right? Why did they tell him? Why did they tell him this? Why didn't they tell Nick Barris this? Right? Why didn't they tell Seth this? Is he trying to walk it back? I mean, you know, you just heard the video. I don't know. I really don't know, but it feels weird. It feels weird. Okay. Maybe it fixed. All right, let's look at this next video he did.
So I saw a lot of good comments on the video.
This was last night.
And I want to address a couple of them here. HPD and TBI. The HPD, I'll be at tomorrow to ask questions. The TBI is a little bit different. They operate way different. They have a media presence. You have to go through them, and then, of course, you'll get in contact with them and have to schedule it. That being said, I've already made a contact out to them. I'm just waiting for the return call so I can schedule when I can talk to them. The other thing that I would like to ask them is exactly what y'all been saying. And if there's any other questions y'all want me to get answers to, if I can, just leave them in the comments and I'll do my best.
This was last night.
I will tell you this. I'm so aggravated and deeply upset by certain comments that are attacking Nina. Nina is an amazing person. In one shot was a person that left a comment, and I didn't feel like going underneath her comment, making a video because I wanted to address other things. But who are you? Who are you to call somebody out like that? Because I'm assuming there's no skeletons in your closet and you're perfect. You know, here's the thing. She's doing more than enough to repay her debt to society, and it's out of the kindness of her heart. And I think that shows what kind of person she truly is. And I think your half-ass information that you have is a crock of shit. Maybe know more about who she is, know her case, know why she did what she did, because apparently you don't know how to watch, read, or comprehend anything. So I'm saying this with all due respect. Keep the bullshit drama out of my comments. I'm not going to deal with it. I think we're all creator alike, whether we like each other, whether we have problems with each other, all have one common goal, which is bring Sebastian home. And I think this negative shit that people like to put in the comments has nothing to do with it. So if people are working together and trying to find a way and all have the same mission to bring Sebastian home, I think that's all that should matter. Instead, you want to ridicule and criticize and point things out on people when we don't know your past. We don't know who you are. You know, how about actually post your photos?
I don't have an opinion one way or another with the Nina thing. I don't know much about it or anything. Tammy, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. You know what happens when you get 5 memberships, right? Do you know? Do you know? You know? We have to have an approval process.
This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 express train. The next stop is Fulton Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Beep, beep, mother chickens.
My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes.
Tammy, all 5 memberships were approved. Thank you so very much for gifting 5 new pearl necklaces. Tammy gifted 5 new pearl necklaces. If you received one of those pearls, please thank our sweet Tammy here. That's very kind of you, Tammy. Triangel, thank you so much for your super sticker, my dear. Very kind of you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. No, he's not. He's not related to Chris Proudfoot. No, he's not related to. Tia, thank you so much for 1 month, my dear. We love you, my dear. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you, sweetheart. It means a lot. I had just gotten that song out of my head. Sorry, Jennifer. It's back. It's back. Can't do nothing about it. Sorry. I don't know. Like what we see last night versus today seems a little different. I'm going to message someone who called Hendersonville, and they actually were going to call this person back because they were asking about this, because I messaged this person earlier and I said, because I know this person, and I said, have you called yet? Because if you haven't called, I'm going to call. And the person's like, I've already called. I'm waiting to get a call back. So let me see if they got a call back. Because they thought it was pretty much rubbish, to be quite honest with you. Justin, he might have called before on one of your lives. Perhaps. Okay, no call back. Okay, and it's Friday. They're busy. They probably won't get a call back till Monday now. Yeah, Beth, I know, it's a lot. I get it. It's a lot. I get it, Beth. Trust.
Tell us who you are before you call somebody out so we can judge your skeletons for a chance.
He reminds me of Cam and cracking cases.
It's getting ridiculous that a young man is out there and needs to be brought home and found, and yet everybody else is more concerned about the he said, she said bull crap. Legitimately, it's ridiculous. None of this is relevant to finding Sebastian. She's also showed she is very capable of doing this.
Mike's a little muffled or something. Jacqueline, you're here with us. You're here with us. You have a life. It's Friday. Remember that song? It's Friday, Friday, gotta get down on Friday. I love that song still. They made fun of her so bad for that song. I was like, you go, girl. I love an outcast.
I'm not going to tolerate any person or creator on my
You can't even hear him.
I'm just tired of it. None of it matters. None of it is what's bringing Sebastian home. Instead, these people want to displace and just push people around and push people out and make them not even want to be involved with finding Sebastian. It's sorry as shit, man. What are you doing? What are you guys doing for the community? What are you doing to bring him home besides spreading misinformation and just ridiculing and bashing people for their past and what they've been through? It's ridiculous, man.
I mean, he does have some points, right? He does have some points. Like I said, as long as he's not, he's being truthful, I don't think he should be, I think his past is his past. Some people do so much, better after, a time. It was a phase in their life. They carried on and all of that. So none of us are perfect, Canadian. Absolutely none of us are perfect. None of us. And there are times in all of our lives where, you know, that's bad, you know, and some of, you know, we've all made bad decisions. Some are on paper and some aren't, right? On, you know, other people and all of that. So oh my goodness, vet girl, thank you so very much. Very sweet of you. Thank you, my friend. You too, please take caution on who and where you donate. Law enforcement doesn't allow citizens to info on an ongoing investigation. Please, please, internet is not always right. Very true. It's very true. It's very true. You know, I mean, a lot of people, you know, there's really bad people out there who, whenever like they'll say that they're, and I'm not saying this in this case at all. I want to make that very clear because I don't know, but they'll go and they'll get, maybe I should just not say it, but you know, I agree with you, vet girl. I agree. You know, they'll pull at people's heartstrings. You know what I mean? And it's not cool. It's not cool. So yeah. We don't know what law enforcement don't allow citizens info. We really don't know. Yeah, we don't. We don't. I mean, okay, let's think about this for a second. Has Sebastian ever seen his grandmother, the RSO grandmother, Katie's mom? Does anyone know? He seems genuine to me, Border Girl. I don't know what to think about this case anymore besides the proud deeds. No, allegedly, in my opinion, they know. Border Girl, I agree. I agree with you on that. There's one thing on this that I feel, in my opinion, my opinion only. You can. I don't want to. I'm not. I don't ever want to tell people how to think. You know, you can think any way in this chat, right? I think that they know. I don't see how Katie could not know. I don't think Sebastian walked off by himself. I just don't think that's I don't they would have found the child by now. They would have found Sebastian by now. How far can you walk barefooted or with socks on, not leave a scent? It goes back straight to that thing. So, you know, and they have to either have him walking somewhere, or he had to be taken out of that house anywhere from midnight to 6 a.m. Yeah, cold. First of all, I think Sebastian would be scared going out in the night like that. I don't think that, first of all, Katie, Seth, all of them admit he wasn't a nature type of kid, right? He didn't like to get dirty. Now, second of all, he didn't take any thing in order to keep him alive, right? He didn't take a backpack, didn't take blankets or anything, right? Nothing. His screen was in his window and the window was locked. Well, the damn door was locked. The front door was locked, right? You'd be ducking and diving cameras. Well, oh, it's funny. It's interesting you mention that here. I'll show you the path that you would have to take in order to beat a camera. Bear with me. This is my Sebastian file, so bear with me. Hold on a minute. Let me show you how you would have to. This is the path you would have to take for a camera not to see you. Look at that. Didn't happen. Katie, in my opinion, you absolutely know where your son is. We're at 80 days. There is no way this child could have sustained life by now if someone does not have him. Let's be clear about that. It's impossible at this point that he could have sustained life by himself. Didn't have a backpack. No matches, no blankets, no water, no food, nothing. So either he's with someone that, in my opinion, you would have to know, or you know where he is put, in my opinion. Katie, why? Why? That's exactly right. Why? Enough is enough, Katie. Enough is enough. This is driving us all mad. The dogs would have picked up a scent. He would have been seen on camera. Okay. He would have been seen on camera. It is time, Katie, to tell where he is, in my opinion. They're too quiet. Katie's bio mom or foster mom? Bio, Harper. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Kathy, thank you so much, my dear. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, my dear. Thank you. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Harper. Appreciate it. It's time. This is not going to go away. It's not going to go away, Katie. It's not going to go away, Chris. I mean, Summer Wells is at 3 years in almost 30 days, almost 30 days exactly. And we are still talking about Summer Wells. She hasn't been found. Still hasn't been found. But I think wherever Sebastian is, he is hid very well. Because I don't think Chris, in my opinion, does anything half-ass. I'll just tell you like it is. I think he is absolutely right when he says he doesn't do anything half-ass. But also, I wonder, in my opinion, how much time he had. Well, you know, things could have happened 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, midnight. I mean, you see, like they said earlier. Oh, hold on. I need to turn my hold on. I need to turn my ringer on. If anybody's calling. Okay. But like they said last night in this, that Sebastian would have been, they knew he was alive after midnight. I personally don't see that. I personally do not see how he could have been alive after 12 or 1 a.m. Unless, one second. Hey, Shirley.
Hey, Justin, you know what? This whole thing has turned into a circus.
It has, yes.
It really has. I have been watching this since the beginning, and I have my doubts about Seth now, because now he's got all these other clowns involved.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. This random guy, this Crabtree, or whatever his name was, goes into the police station and they just volunteer gives him information. I doubt that. I really, really doubt that.
I don't see how they
buy
would.
that.
I mean,
I don't buy that for nothing.
I don't either. I hope they gave him information. Like, I would love to know that is confirmed. Like, I would be like, damn, I can use something. Right?
Right. We're sitting here and I'm watching this, and I have nothing against nobody. I don't want nobody to take this wrong. Katie knows where this baby is. And I know he's not a baby, but he's still a baby because he's under 18.
Mm-hmm.
And he will always be somebody's baby.
Sure.
Because he's a child.
Yeah.
Either he didn't make it home from that Texas Roadhouse, and if he did, something happened in that home, and that's the reason why Chris don't want them dogs around there. Even though they said they searched that home, I find that hard to believe with all this mess going on.
Well, they did search it for a long time. I mean, they really did. They did search it. I mean, they searched it multiple times. What? 3 months.
Right. This is like, 80 days now?
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
This child does not leave without a phone. He does not leave without a shoe. Mm-mm. He did not leave without a hoodie or a coat.
Mm-mm. Nope. Sure didn't.
So, no shoes, no phone, not even his game system that's portable, because I have a Switch and I walk out the door with my Switch in my purse.
Right.
Every day. I never know how long you're going to be somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
No access to the internet, which is hard to believe because all schools now are on Chromebooks.
Mm-hmm.
Chromebooks got to have internet to have access.
Yep.
Whether you're at home, McDonald's, wherever, you got to have internet to access them.
Right.
No, but Katie is either hiding this baby or she did something to this child, and Chris and Katie know where he is. And I'm pretty sure, if you remember at the first beginning, when Seth did the very first interview, he said when he got to the home, Katie was there and Chris's mom. Nobody mentioned about calling Chris's mom.
I don't
you
either,
remember
Lisa.
that?
What's that?
The very first interview Seth did, he said when he got to the home, Katie was there and Chris's mom.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody said anything about Chris's mom being there. Then 2 days later, Chris's mom and stepdad supposedly go to work in Alaska to do a tour, to drive a bus, which is hard to believe in the middle of March, or at the beginning of March, when they didn't open until April to do their bus tours. I know that for a fact because I used to live in Alaska.
Right.
It's weird. These stories are not adding up.
They're
and
not.
I think Tony, or who's that PR guy, he needs to put pressure on law enforcement and TVI to come out and do a presser to get some of these rumors out.
It's time to do a presser. Yes, it is time to do a presser. That is for sure, because it's getting out of hand now. It's getting out of hand, and it's time to do a presser. They need to put some of these fires out. It's time for them to talk, in my opinion. All right. Thank you, dear. Thank you so much for calling. I'm getting another call. Thank you.
No problem.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay. All right. Yeah, this is getting BS at this point. It's just getting ridiculous. Now that their little game ain't working. I agree. This cannot last forever. Strangers have searched everywhere for Sebastian, yet Bio Mother can do nothing. She needs to tell already. Enough of this BS. Yes. Time to talk, Katie. Time to talk. And I'll be honest with you, Katie is the last 100% person that we know that was in that house. So the pressure on Katie at this point, in my opinion. Hey, Rach.
Hi, Justin. How are you this Friday?
Frustrated. How are you?
Me too. This has become an absolute circus.
It has become an absolute circus.
Thank you for asking. So I had a thought last night when I woke up on our friend's 2 a.m. panel here in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Which shall remain nameless. But, I was thinking about it, and I'm just kind of flying off the cuff here with experience. And I think us as parents, especially those of us that have a child with a special need or a diagnosis from small to big, we need to kind of stick together.
Hold on. I want to answer a comment here. We do not know if she passed a polygraph. That has not been stated. It is not stated. It has not been stated that Katie passed a polygraph. They have said that they passed a polygraph, but they also said that they were cleared. You get what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? Chris said, we have been vetted. We have been vetted. We have been vetted, and we have been cleared of all possible wrongdoings. Law enforcement has not stated that Chris or Katie has passed a polygraph. They have stated. Seth said that. Seth may have said that. The PI may have said that. But how do they know? How do they know? Did law enforcement tell them and just not tell us? I don't know. But law enforcement has not said, we know Seth has passed a polygraph. because of Nancy Grace. And if Chris did pass the polygraph, why wouldn't he just do one for Nancy Grace to shut us all up? Sorry, go ahead. Apologize.
You're good. I agree on the poly.
Yeah.
So I was thinking last night after that and into this morning, then you bringing it up today, we're all running around and these people are lighting fires all over the place. And we don't know what's true or false. To me, if I was Seth as a parent that has a child that is now a successful adult by the grace of God and good parenting, and learning her behaviors, I went back. I hired a special psychoeducational psychologist. She was also assessed by public schools in the greater area there in a suburb of Nashville. This gentleman that I had test my daughter writes educational policy for the state of Tennessee and lobbies the legislature here in Tennessee. Also, he also runs RSO clinics for the state, which is a whole nother subject. But when I had the 2 exams done, and I brought it up last night, one is a DSM-5 and one is a Myers-Briggs or Briggs-Myers. Some people interchange the name. And basically what that is, it's a disability assessment or assessment of a child and also a personality test. And if Sebastian was under a IEP or a 501c, which is the law that covers disabled children, or not 501c, I'm getting my numbers mixed up, but there's a legislature here of a statute that covers disabled children. It's nationwide. There's a huge file on Sebastian somewhere at that school that a psychologist had done. And why I think that is important, that we go back to facts in this case and looking at that file, is that psychologist should have gone through all of the family history. And if Katie answered that truthfully, and quite truthfully, with Seth being a custodial parent and having Sebastian part-time, he should have been a part of that process with the psychologist, the school psychologist assessing Sebastian for his special ed classes, his IEP, and, his protection under the disability laws. Yes, I see it on the 504 plan is exactly what it is. That's the law that disabled people are covered under federally and statewide. But looking at that, under those assessments, and I'm probably oversharing, but I'm doing it for a reason, because I hope word gets to Seth and his attorney that they pull that file and go to the school district and the psychologist at his school to pull that file to see what was written down for Sebastian, his risk assessment. I was basically told, okay, you're a divorced single parent. You live here with XYZ. You have this family involved. You have grandparents involved. The divorced father, they went through all of his educational background as well. Okay, he's not involved, but we get a snapshot of who he was educationally, personality-wise. All that was done for that plan. And in that returned a risk assessment, not only of my daughter, which would be Sebastian in this case, of things like runaway, graduation rate, where things would fail in the household. Those were all in a very thorough intertwined package. I have a binder on my daughter because I wanted to understand her disability and where I could better serve her as a parent. And everybody's entitled to that. When your kid is diagnosed with a disability, or you're trying to get that diagnosis from the school district or a private person. Myself, I did the school. She was in public school, and then when she transitioned to private school, I felt she was better served. I did it privately through this gentleman. But going back in that file, I think that Seth and the attorney would be able to identify exactly not only Sebastian, his risk factors, and maybe what happened and where he's at, not only with Katie and Chris, but Also, was Seth involved? Is what Katie wrote down on paper as far as family life, the CPS, his whole plan team. They have a team for IEP. The call from the school, that one involvement of Child Protective Services with Sebastian, should have been immediately forwarded to that school, and there should be documentation on it. If I were Seth, if I was Seth's attorney, I would go to that school district, the psychologist, and I would pull all those files, because you're not only going to get a snapshot of Katie, Chris, even Seth himself, if he wasn't involved, or if he was involved in that process of that packet, or how thoroughly the psychologist was and the school district with Sebastian. I think it might give us a great glimpse on a fact basis of what was going on, or what didn't go on. Maybe Katie was masking everything. So that's my thought.
Yeah. Well, that's very informative. Thank you so much, my dear.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome. And I have a question. Do you have any idea who this Crabtree guy is? Like, where did he come from?
He's just a local. Just a local. Just a local.
Interesting. Yeah, and I mean, if he had a drug history, I mean, I think if people overcome that, I think, that's, thank God, something I've never had, but, I think every one of us knows somebody that has struggled, and bless him if you overcome that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And he truly wants to help Sebastian, because anybody that can find Sebastian, it's going to be a miracle, and I pray that's what happens.
Yeah, me too. Me too, Rach. Yeah. Thank you so much for calling, my dear.
Enjoy your weekend.
You too, my dear.
Enjoy your weekend. Hi to everybody in chat.
Thank you, love.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Love you too, honey. Evo Alaska makes a great point here. Sebastian phone could connect to the Wi-Fi when out in public, like BJ's, bowling alley, steakhouse, Ants, just like our phones connect. Yes, our phones is constantly looking to reach out and connect, right? So our modern day cars, they have Bluetooth, they have Wi-Fi. When you're driving in a neighborhood, it is trying to connect. And even if it doesn't connect, it sends a little signal out knowing that it's there, right? It sends a little wave, so to speak. So that's a good point. If Sebastian did have his phone that day, it would have connect. Just like if, like for instance, Katie's car that morning when she left to look for Sebastian, it should have been waving, so to speak, that signal to the neighbor's Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. So very good point, Evo Alaska. Michelle, Justin, I saw a photo recently inside Katie and Chris's house. Why shoes in kitchen when Chris says shoes are all lined up? That was, I believe, at Seth's house. I don't think that was at Katie's and Chris's house. I certainly believe that as teachers need to be spoken with. Oh, I'm sure that they have been spoken with. I mean, after all, Sebastian was the one that informed his teachers about Chris, right? About Chris. So, Chris' daughter or Sebastian, if Chris would have gotten custody in early March, a week after Sebastian went missing. I don't know. Law enforcement has spoken. Yes, listen. If there is, I can't think of absolutely anybody that law enforcement probably has not spoken to at this point. I mean, I would think that they have absolutely spoken with everybody under the sun at this point, right? In the beginning, I wondered if Sebastian stumbled upon a bad person acting like a friend. In the bowling alley, Seth made an interference that Sebastian had inappropriate behavior regarding private parts. Yes, he did. Yes. But you know what I think? You were talking about the private thing. I think, in my opinion, something happened in December when Faith was there. And I believe that Chris, well, he said he didn't. He said he did not want Sebastian around his daughter. Now, there's only two things that can happen if you're married. If you're married and you have your wife has a child, right? Hey, lip block. Justin, the latest flyer I sent you says she went missing from Stafford Court, no longer missing from the home. Okay. Let me I want to cover something real quick, because Terry, this gets people confused, and if I can put out a fire, because I noticed on Facebook that, let me find it here. Okay, here we go. So, well, let me show you NamUs first. NamUs has all of the missing, unidentified, abducted, all of that. And here is Sebastian, right? His NamUs number, he's 15 years old. NamUs number 2014106. 15 years old. Everything. 5'5", about 120 pounds. Last date of contact, February 25th. This was created April 30th. Last seen approximately 10 p.m. on 2/25/24 Central Time at his residence in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Last seen wearing black sweatpants and sweatshirt, possibly left barefoot. Hair color, it says blonde/strawberry, hazel eyes. I wear black framed prescription glasses, black sweatpants and sweatshirt. They got his pictures in here and all of that. All right. Sheriff's office, everything like that. Now, it gives a map. NamUs gives a map. Where the hell's the map at? Okay. And this gets a lot of people confused. Oh, it went to another menu, because I want you guys to, because I was confused with this a long time ago when I first started true crime, when I looked up a NamUs account. It gives a random, absolutely random ping in Hendersonville. This is not it doesn't give you the exact location here. So it doesn't give Chris and Katie's house. It just gives a generic ping to Hendersonville. And I think this is important because people will go to this map right here. They'll go to this map right here, and it shows that he went missing. You know, when you click on this, people, a lot of people thinks he just went missing right here where this arrow is, right? And you click on that and it shows this, which is an apartment complex, right? He did not obviously go missing here. He went missing at his house. So whenever you go on a NamUs website, it will give a generic ping. It's just giving a ping for Hendersonville. It's not giving a ping at his house. Okay. So, because this was something, Sweet Terry, I love Terry to pieces, was asking.
And that's what I'm trying to say.
And I was confused with this one when I just started true crime. When I looked up a NamUs account, I thought, well, it says she went missing somewhere else. We know she went missing somewhere else, but why has it got this ping here? And I found out that it's just a generic ping.
I'm like, where was it? Well, that's what I'm going to show y'all. Give me a minute, because I'm about to blow y'all's mind. Oh, dang it. Okay, we're going to go here. Okay. Now we're going to pull this map out, so I want y'all to stay with me. Stay with me. Here's where we're going to go real quick, because this is not his house. This is not his house. Okay, I need y'all to stay with me. So it's going to give me my case information and stuff right here on him, right? Now, I'm going to go to the last known location, okay? The last known location of Sebastian, okay? On this site, that's him. This is all of the information. Okay, watch this. I'm going to click the map, okay? I'm clicking this map. Now, you see where this map is taking me? This map, I'm about to zone right into where this map takes me, okay? Watch. I just clicked where that map's taking me, okay? That map took me there. Hold on. We're going to turn this map around. I want y'all to watch. See that? It's taking me to these apartments.
There was a lot of people confused about that, and I understand why, because I was confused with it. It is just a generic ping. So I just wanted to tell people that the way three parents spoke about Sebastian, you would have thought he was an 8-year-old. Yet his friends at school said he acted normal age. Sebastian is, he's primarily a normal 15 years old, right? It's you mean NamUs? It's namus.gov, namus.gov, and it has, there's a lot of people on there. What program database is that entered to? NamUs. It is a government website for, yeah, it's just a generic website, or not website. It's a generic pinpoint that he just went missing in Hendersonville. And NamUs, it's ran by the government, and it's like there's unidentified people on there, people that have not been claimed, and just to warn you about that website, just kind of like a trigger warning. If you go to like unidentified, there are pictures of decedents on there, so people can look up and see if that's their deceased family member. It's so sad. But but I just wanted to let y'all know for that. Some people may find that distressing. So yeah. There's people like out, a lot of homeless people that hasn't they may not have any family members. It's a sad world. Me, I don't know why. I mean, some people just have issues. I don't know, why. Some people, they just have issues with, they'll hold it too long, or some people do it as stress or abuse. That's, I don't know. Based upon what I said in the call, my gut is Sebastian was failed and risk not addressed or taken seriously. Get this complete. It's like, yep. I agree. Did you see Mama Bear's comment about Steve Crabtree? I did not. Hey, Jason. I think he wet himself because abuse and stress, not able to cope. Sebastian had went through a lot in his 15 years. He probably was not understood for the, he was recently diagnosed. So he probably, wasn't really understood by, how maybe Chris and Katie and even Seth didn't understand, about his autism and what to do. And then you have the California thing, right? You have a divorce with Seth and Katie, and then she married an absolute asshat. That is crazy. Did you see the post, Tony, beefing about people? Did you see the post about Tony beefing about people stealing his content? Kind of weird, because I thought he was a PR to put Sebastian's information out there. You would think, Miss Curvy. I didn't see that, but you would think. And very good point, Lulu. Very good point. The chromosome deletion as well. I don't think that Sebastian. You sent me a text. Okay. I don't think Sebastian. I think there was probably a lot of yelling in that home.
It's insinuated she had the information.
I mean, we do have the information, but
yeah. Let me tell you what the it started. Now all that information is out in the fucking open, and somebody better can explain to me very god quickly, preferably her.
I had
that had any god thing.
No idea.
Yeah, because
I don't know what was said.
Better find a way to stop it.
Where's it at?
Nothing. It's everywhere, all over the fucking internet, that people have released on these stupid ass shows and all these fucking Facebook things.
Okay.
It was never out there until that bitch opened her fucking mouth.
Okay. Well, I haven't been looking at it.
Yes, I did. I did talk to Trevor, and it's people always think Trevor is, they treat him like like he's a child sometimes, you know what I mean? And he is way more mature for his age. He is able to keep his composure that people 3 times his age can't do. It's easy. It's easy for people to lash out. So easy. It's easy for people to get up here and in their keyboard and be like, this mother chicken did this and this mother chicken did that. And you can go screw off on a Sunday in the pouring rain. And don't forget Tuesday. But you know what the hardest thing to do is? You know what the hardest thing to do is? Trev time. Is to actually not fire back. That's the hardest thing to do, right? It's easy to get down in the gutter. Not T-Rev, Trev time. That is what is class, right? That is what is forbearance. And he is younger. He is a man, though he's not a child. And sometimes, I think Tony was not very nice to Trevor when I guess Trevor made just a suggestion. So I think that takes a lot of class. I think the strongest people on YouTube and in general are the ones that don't fight and argue with each other. I absolutely think those are the people that are the strongest. I absolutely think that because, and it doesn't mean people don't slip and don't take up for themselves occasionally, but they're not constantly in a yapping at each other and cursing at each other and all of that. They keep their nose down and they continually work on these cases. Trevor Lee. And Trevor is an old soul. He is wise beyond his years. He had to grow up extremely fast. And that's my opinion on that. Yeah, he left YouTube. He did. Hey, Jude, thank you so much for gifting a membership, my dear. Thank you. You received that membership. Please thank our dear Hey Jude. All right. I want to listen to this real quick.
Today or really
Enhanced.
yesterday. So I don't know what's out there.
I'm
I'll have to look
telling
for it.
you, I am being very polite as I can possibly be to her.
Mm-hmm.
If she don't
Listen to Katie in the background.
find a fucking way to fix it, I promise her I am not going to be so goddamn pleasant when I see her.
Okay.
And I will bring the fucking cops with me.
All right. Well, I'll talk
And
to
I don't
her.
care
I
how
mean,
she takes that. I don't care how she takes it. I really don't give a god what I have to fucking do. But I can promise you, there's a difference in helping find Sebastian and just being a stupid.
okay. Well, let me ask you something just for a second. Like, are you sure it was her and not like one of these sleuthers or something? Because
No,
other
it's
people
her on the show.
Okay.
It is her.
Okay, because there's other
I think
people
it was
that are
on
digging.
or Sleuth, whatever that woman's name is.
Web sleuth.
Yeah, whatever. It was on that fucking show.
But I don't see. I can't see Chloe just giving out that information though.
She did. You're missing my statement.
Okay.
I didn't say she gave the information out. I said she made a statement that she had it and wouldn't fucking release it. That right there was a trigger to start this fucking storm when she shouldn't have opened her fucking mouth in the beginning. I don't know what kind of fucking PI or whatever the fuck she thinks she is or how she does this, but if she needs a fucking...
The only parents I have seen behave similar to this, who are asking the public for help, is Don and Candace Wells. You rarely ever see this from a family. Not T-Rev, not T-Rev, not T-Rev, not T-Rev. Trevor Time, Trevor Lee. Trev Time is his channel. Attention, Justin for all, and Clutch Them Pearls shoppers. It is Trev Time, Trevor Lee. Okay. And some people will say, right? Can't ask blame them. The only people that I have ever heard talk like this that have asked the public to help find and keep the name out is Don and Candace Wells. That's it. And ironically, both of their cases, Summer's case and Sebastian's, have a lot in common. A lot in common. Now, I think Sebastian's case would be, there is a lot of BS, right? There's a lot of BS in this case, but I think it would have went quiet had it not been for social media. I think the whole entire country knows about Sebastian. I mean, obviously there is, I'm not saying everybody, and I'm not saying 320 million people know who Sebastian is, but what I am, sorry, I was reading a comment. What I am saying is big media, what they do is they will say, oh, this person is missing, on to other news. And it's done. That's what they do. They don't continually keep the name out, right? And so I think that is the plus with social media, is that it does keep the name out, and therefore it does keep pressure on the police that, keep your nose down, please keep doing this, staying on top of it. Right, Pink Warrior. Trevor has humility, Johnwa. Yeah. Yep, Robin. And could these Bower Socks and Proud Feet be paying Tony and whomever did this? Seth is too naive in many ways to filter the scammers. I don't know. I just don't know. Thank you, my dear. So, a lot of people will say, oh, well, they, Chris and Katie and Seth, they don't know you anything. Well, no, but they are asking the public to keep his name out. They are asking the public to keep his name out. And, just for instance, we were talking about the lie detector test. Well, a good way for people to absolutely know Chris passed the lie detector test, Katie passed the lie detector test, is to do it on Nancy Grace, because TBI is not going to tell us a damn thing. They are not going to tell us nothing. They're not going to tell us if he passed. Nancy Grace will. Right? We here support Trev Time. Yes. Yep. And the lab. Right? Yeah, completely reboot. You would think that the thing that Seth the other night, he kind of went off a little bit, and he kind of goes off a little bit occasionally, but he said the other night, he's like, I don't really care what these people say about me. Just keep my son's name out, which is not this.
Education and schooling on being a PI, I guarantee.
When it's mother chicken this, mother effing that. Both Katie and Chris' actions are disgusting. They act like Sebastian never existed. It makes me sick, and everyone bashing Seth makes me sick too. He's the only parent truly worried about Sebastian. I agree. I agree with that. Cool. I think Seth is so desperate to find his baby, he will choose anyone. And Suzanne, could you blame him? You know what I mean? Could you blame him? It's a troll. Yeah, I know. Go ahead and block that person, guys. Please.
I'll find somebody who was truly a PI and let them school the fuck out of this woman.
All right. Well, let me try to figure it out, because I know.
He's 40. He's what, 40 some years old. His average marriage lasts what, 3.5 years? Yes. Hold on, I'll find 1 second. I'm gonna play this real quick.
Neither her or I have given out any of Katie's information.
It's not giving it out. Yeah. All you have to do is start one sentence. I have the information. I'm not going to release it. She started a storm. Actually, she better figure out how to fix it.
Something else I'll tell you, there was a woman that reached out to me that before I had ever even, before I ever knew anything about Katie's family or past or whatever, there was like this random woman, like Sleuther, that reached out to me with like some of Katie's family's names and whatever. Like, I will say that she was wrong about, she was talking about Penny Payne, and she thought there's a Penny Payne that runs like some sort of
Penny Irene Payne or some shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Some medical place or something.
Yeah, it was the wrong Penny Payne, but she had the right names.
She has the right names. Just
the wrong people.
And the circus is in town tonight. Okay. Candy says Chris suffers from Napoleon syndrome, in my opinion. Absolutely agree. Guys, tense up. Put your circus tents up. It's actually sad. I'm telling you, it's sad. It's really fucking sad. I will ask the hard questions for 10 minutes. I would appreciate, Chris, I know you're watching. I'm waiting on the elephants. Honk your nose. Love you too, Ramona. Two years with Justin for All and the first time out. Cool. Hey, Christina. I wouldn't surprise me if it was with Katie's mom, maybe not with her, but hidden. I mean, don't you guys think that if at this point Sebastian is alive and he was at Katie's mom's, which I am 100% sure that they have checked, right? They have checked her house. They have watched that house, I'm sure. Don't you think that they would have brought him out by now? Like, the pressure would have been too much by now. Why is Chris so anal retentive about his mom-in-law's records, RSO records? I don't know. But you know, the thing that I don't understand, Candy, about that is it was already known. It was already known. No, because they would go to jail, Princess says. I mean, couldn't they just, like, you know, walk him in, you know, have him walk into drop him off somewhere, have him walk into the grocery store or something, right? Custody cases in states do not communicate discovery on family is a known. Yes. They will have someone appear with them random. It's about, you know, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I feel sorry for Katie's childhood, right? You have to separate what happened to Katie when she was younger, right? And how she was raised. You got to have compassion for that because she was just a kid at the time. Right? Okay, let me finish this.
Katie Lynn Payne,
Yeah.
who supposedly murdered a 4-year-old.
Right, exactly. And that's the problem with a lot of the sleuthers is that they get a name and then they find somebody with that name and they run with it.
Mm-hmm.
That happens a lot.
The worst part, and that's fine. That's understandable. Personally, I think everybody.
1 second, guys, mods. Jenny from the block gets a late slip. Jenny from the block gets a late slip. I heard you were going on tour, Jenny from the block.
Kid starts looking for shit.
Yeah.
Just any worth of fucking bacteria of the foam that forms on the fucking worst form of bacteria on Earth. That's why I try.
Hey, Green Eye PI, how are you, darling? Thank you. I feel SR should go to work, search on weekend, using felons, no help with no experience. Law enforcement, TBI, FBI can do their job. YouTubers keep SR name out. I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that. I think that there's just frustration at this point. I think there's frustration on everybody's part. Michelle's, Obama's nads are bigger than Chris Pounceville. Where's my cricket button? Cricket, 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 cricket. Okay. Oh no, why did you read it? Oh my God. Mrs. Fletcher says all opinions are welcome as long as you're respectful and not an asshat. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it.
Truly feel.
Yeah, I feel you. I hear you. I can feel it through the phone.
Oh, trust me, Chloe's lucky I'm not standing in front of her. Like I said, I will bring the.
Absolutely, Kate. I'm never going to get through this. Absolutely, Katie was not protected as a child. She was definitely not protected as a child, and I think, like I said, I think everyone has to have compassion for that. But people, if you're either, it can go two ways, right? After you grow up, when you have kids, your children will either you'll repeat that with your children, or you will overcome that, right? They will either become a product of the environment that you created, or you'll break free from it. And that leads me to like what happened in California with Sebastian, right? Where did this happen at? You know what I mean? Like, I just it's like I don't know how. I just don't know how that happened. It's really sad. It's very sad.
Cops when I see her.
Okay. Well,
and it was more my protection than hers. Because right now, you can inform her. She fucking calls me, says my fucking name, anything of that fucking nature involving Katie or me or anybody else, I'm going to slap out of her with the same fucking thing I told you. I'll cease and desist letter and then let her open her fucking mouth one more time. And then I've got her dead to fucking rights.
I think that's
I'm trying to be as civil as possible.
Isn't that the only interview she's even done? I don't think she's.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I don't
think
care.
She's not my PI. She's not. Still fucking mean a god thing to me. She was on fire. I wouldn't piss on her to put her out.
Well, I mean, it's not like I said Katie. It's not like Chloe, because she's very private. Like, I'm more public than she is. I mean, you know that.
I promise you. Go back and watch that fucking video. Go watch that fucking interview.
I mean, I was watching it. I know what she said, but
she ain't fucking careful. She's fucking sloppy.
All right. Well, let me talk to her. I don't even know. Actually, I do know.
I ain't trying to be a dick to her, but if she ain't got the fucking audacity to give me a working fucking phone number, she better not fucking reach out to me. And that Google ain't a fucking true number.
That's the same number that Seth has, though. I will tell you that.
Yeah, I'm not Seth. I have the balls and the fucking spine to call people out on.
Just don't take it personal, because she doesn't give her personal phone number out to anybody. I mean, like, only, like, I had it from like a previous case.
He has some real disdain for Seth, it feels like. I really think that innocent parents don't ask the public to help find their missing son, then proceed to refuse to allow their home property be searched, however many times needed to find Sebastian. I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. He is far from civil. He's far from civil, and he is far from I don't know. He's just far. far, 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 to say the very least. Oh goodness, fat girl, thank you so much, my dear. While real men and women are working 24/7 looking for their son, these clowns play their roles on YouTube. 1-800-TBI fine. Either help for the solution or sit down. Boom. I agree, bad girl. It's really bad. Really bad. I'm going to read that once again. While real men and women are working 24/7 looking for their son, these clowns play their roles on YouTube. 1-800-TBI fine. Either help for the solution or sit down. Is he under 5'8" by chance? Yes, he's 5'5". 5'5". One second here. I want to find Josh's thing from the other night.
Boxed in, and you don't want to be there. So you needed to sit under a particular piece of.
Let me find it. It's after here, I think.
Well, doesn't mean the child wasn't reacting that way to sound for 15 years.
Yeah.
So,
Why
but
he walked out.
Oh, let me go back here just a little.
Let me find it.
Good night, Mom.
Notice she rocks, by the
Katie
way.
says she went.
What do you make of that?
Oh, it's interesting. People on the spectrum can do that sometimes. It can be a stimming or
Bear
soothing
with me, y'all.
mechanism. You know, it may be that she utilizes.
Chris Broadfoot had said that he had taken a lie detector test. He
I
said it on
love
Facebook,
this
and
right
then
here.
Goes on Nancy Grace and says that
Chris is brilliant for seeing
he
this.
didn't take
Nobody saw this until
one.
Chris.
She offers him one. Then he says, well, law enforcement told me not to take one, which I've never heard of before. That may or may not be true. But let me play this.
Yeah.
Look, watch this
for you really quick here.
Very dark waters.
Special thanks to Josh from the lab, my buddy. Make sure you subscribe to Josh from the lab. If you have not subscribed yet, you're doing yourself a disservice. And also Chris McDonough from the interview room. They also have a new podcast out. If ICU is in here, she can drop that new podcast. Josh, if you're in here still, please drop your new podcasts with Chris and Dr. Gary. Link is provided in the description, by the way. So thank you so much, Leslie. If what Crabtree says is true of what law enforcement told him, why would law enforcement still be asking people to search their properties? And they said Sebastian was never seen leaving the house. I need to. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? Thank you, Lord. The church said amen. Can I get an amen? Amen. Yes. That is exactly right. That's right. Doesn't make sense. And this is the thing, like, I want him to just listen. Let's be real. If now he says he's not a sleuth, right? But yesterday he was, allegedly. And he did go to the police station, because I believe there was a picture of him like at the police station. But wouldn't he have recorded that? Don't you think he would have recorded that? You would think. Listen and learn to the ones in the back. Professionals are professionals. Absolutely. And we have two professionals right there on the screen. right? They know more than most of us do, in the true crime community, because one is an actual doctor and the other one is in law enforcement. So they've seen things. Now, although Dr. Gary here, he's never met Chris or anything. He's just giving his opinions. He's not there to diagnose, treat, or anything like that. So I want to make that clear as well.
Yeah, I agree. I want you to hear them talk about.
Excellent point, Leslie. Excellent point.
Let's talk too, because he's highly functioning. I know you all have described him as having a form of autism.
He does.
But just describe that to our viewers too, as far as his way of thinking of things.
Look at
and maybe
this.
how
Watch
informed
this.
he was about certain things, or his mindset.
He's
got a stubborn mindset. If he believes it's this,
he gets on a 1 minute.
Let me just, I want to point something out to the chat, because look, we're on a limited time schedule here. I wish that I could break down every single piece of every single thing that has been said, and I will fill Dr. Gary in much more as this case continues. This won't be the last time that we discuss this.
We probably need a part 2.
okay, but stop right there before you.
So Dee Dee says, Clutch and Pearls, I thought that it might, caps, be possible that Steven talked to law enforcement and they told him some things because he's a good old local boy. I mean, I hear you and I understand, but why wouldn't they tell the father, right? Why wouldn't they tell the public? Thank you so much, Gold Dust. Very kind of you. Funny how Tony vowed to only talk to national news and get Seth off social media. Now Tony is on TikTok being creepy, running his grift with Hustler's pal Nina Glass. They immediately asked for $2,500. Tony is a hustler. They asked for $2,500. Yes, my community post, Vet Girl. Yes. I did make a community post on my J for A, and I think Chris and Katie needs to look at it. I bet you they have, actually. When did they ask for $2,500? Gold Dust. I did. Oh wow, I did not know that. For Nina's truck repairs. Oh, okay, so that's okay. Like, listen, if you, I mean, let's be real. Like, $2,500 for truck repairs. I mean, like, wow, did not know that. Didn't know that. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Nina's car fixed. Well, I mean, my question is, yeah, this was an awesome show. You're right. My question is, like, so if Sebastian's, if you were going out there, right, why wouldn't you, like, you're going to have to fix your truck anyways, right? Like, if you can't fix your truck on your own without getting out there, without someone having to pay for it, that's weird to me. That's just weird to me. You know what I mean? Like, listen, I'm not saying it doesn't cost money, because everything costs money, right? But you have to get your truck repaired regardless of whether you go out there or not, right? So why should people fix your truck? You know, I mean, that's just me talking though. I thought they were trying to get Seth to pay for it. Oh my God, I hope not. I mean, use your disability. What's wrong with rental? Yeah. Yeah. She wants a free bill. Yeah, I mean, what's wrong with a plane ride and a rental or something? Um, I mean, that's like, God, man. That's really sad. Like, I don't mind someone saying, like, hey, I'm going out, uh, I'm going out I'm going out to search, right? And that they've searched before, hey, if you want to throw 10, 15, $20 my way, help for gas, help for a hotel, help, buy me, give me a gift card for McDonald's or something. I don't mind that. But like a specific amount and saying, I need my truck fixed, well, then you're going to need a hotel and everything else, right? Your truck's got to be fixed either way, honey, or you ain't getting nowhere. Just the way it is. Right? I mean, it's true. What did the book say? Oh, sorry. Okay. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. Like, I think it's just a mess. Like, it's a mess. Seth isn't perfect either. I think he's extremely frustrated right now, and I can't imagine just not fucking knowing where your kid is. You know what I mean? Like, I think it would drive anybody mad. You know what I mean? So I try to give grace right there. You know what I mean? Like, try to put yourself in that situation. He's trying. He's doing the work. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think any of us would be a little peach. You know what I mean? I don't think any of us would be a little peach. And I think it would be so frustrating. But I do think he's not picking the best people. I think he needs an advocate, a professional advocate, and that's it. That's it. And they don't need to be on YouTube or anything else. They just need to be there for him, help guide him, because I'll be honest with you, if this gets out that that guy Tony and this other guy, well, I mean, if Tony took the bait from this guy, if it is not true, right? If this guy lied to Tony and Tony took the bait because he clearly believed it last night. Clearly believed it last night. And if it turns out to not be true, then obviously, I guess Seth believes it as well, because last night Tony said Seth had the best day since Sebastian has vanished, because I guess he's finally got a little information. Yes. Yeah. Yes. There needs to be a liaison there. He needs a professional liaison. And to be honest with you, I don't think he needs to be sitting on TikTok at night. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. Yes. Yeah. And Jessica says, Tony is in the oil industry. How the heck did he become a media manager for Victims WD? I wondered the same thing, Jessica. I wondered the same thing. Oh, Jillian, okay, we're gonna watch that right now then. Thank you. I wondered that myself. Oh guys, we gotta watch this. Oh Lord. Thank you for telling me that. Let me see if there's a updated one. Here we go.
Hey guys, I just want to come on here before any lives or anything like that. And I'm sure a couple people might say something about this, but I am a man. When I make a mistake, I'll come here and say it. Now, I had the opportunity to have the major of the head guy over the criminal investigations unit, Tim Bailey, had the opportunity to talk to him today. And what I will tell you is I made a very, very crucial mistake when misspeaking about the camera footage that they have and all the footage that they have gathered. They have not seen Sebastian past the date of the 26th that he went missing. This is my fault for saying, for me making an understanding after talking to him, that when we were talking and was talking about all the camera footage and I had asked the question, he was simply stating, no, they have gathered every bit of footage they could from all the cameras that they could, and including the one where, it was said that, he was in the area. They went to those locations and was, where they could get camera footage and got those. I thought that he said that, or took it as a way of like, oh no, yeah. So the day that that we have footage that he has seen past that date. Cindy will be able to explain this a lot better. She also talked to him. There's a lot of things, man, that I can say. But first and foremost, I want to apologize to Gator. I don't do that stuff. I'm not a crime talk. I'm going to make a mistake. And I've always said this on every one of my videos. Check my information, do your own research, and you find out. And unfortunately, trying to be helpful, it would be something that would be very bad in the sense of like where it got out to, in the fact that it put hopes out there that were false, and making Seth believe that, that his son had been seen past that date of the 26th. That I am truly sorry for. And when talking to Tim was very, very nice, very positive. He said, one of the main reasons why he did not, that they don't like doing press releases every day, like in every week or anything, is because in all honesty, he doesn't want to deliver nothing burgers. He don't want to get Seth and the family's hopes up. There's a lot more to this I can say that I can't put into words correctly, because I don't think I'm the person that should be doing this, right? This should come from Tony, Cindy, people that are credible. I went up there, absolutely, and Tim did tell me that David in our conversation was recorded, which is great to know. So you should be able to get that information, right? But first and foremost, I wanted to come on here without going on anybody's lives and tell you, hey, I made a big fucking mistake
on a key detail point when it come to if Sebastian Rogers was seen on the 26th or, after the 26th. And that is my fault. I'm a man of integrity, and when I make a mistake, I will happily own up to that mistake. I'm sure I'll get ridiculed and dragged all over the place, but at the end of the day, it ain't going to stop me from doing the preparations for planning for a search team to come and do what I got to do to take part and to be able to bring Sebastian home. Now, do that what you will. I will tell you this: Miss Cindy will have her live later. She's phenomenal, and I'm so thankful to have a friend in Cindy who was able, when I talked to her today, hey man, call Tim Bailey too. You get what you hear, and you tell me what you hear, and stuff like that. That way, if there's anything that I might have miscommunicated, she has the correct facts on that. And I am super happy to have somebody like her because, again, I'm not an investigator. I'm just a guy from Hendersonville that posts stuff. And this case took a part. It took a big part of me, and it means a lot to me. That being said, moving forward, rule number one: Stephen is not an investigator. Leave that to the people that do it. I wanted answers, and I found out from Tim today that they are absolutely talking to media and stuff, though. It's just maybe it's not what people want to hear, that there's nothing to be said right now. But they are absolutely day in and day out working this case. But anyways, that's my saying. I am truly sorry to the Rogers family, Katie, Chris, everybody, Seth, that false information was given out there, but I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong. And that's what I'll say. Hey guys, I just want to come on here.
So we knew this was not real. We knew this was not real. First of all, I want to say that I appreciate him for at least owning and not leaving this out there and fucking with people even more. But he just fucked with Seth's emotions. He gave him hope. He gave him hope. And you just tuck it all the way to zero again. You can't fuck with, this is a human being. You don't know anything more than we do, which is absolutely fucking nothing. And it's disappointing that Tony took the bait, in my opinion. It's absolutely disappointing that Tony sat there and ate it. It's disappointing that he sat there and took the bait when he had absolutely no reason. Absolutely, AB. Absolutely. Absolutely. He absolutely endorsed it. Absolutely endorsed it. And whenever, just because some local dude told him, he went down there, he talked to this guy, didn't record him, and told him more in one visit than we have learned in 90 days. Almost 90 days, 80 days. I think we knew it was a lie, right? I mean, I think we knew it was a lie. This guy is playing with Seth's life, in my opinion, so sad. It's pitiful at this point. Like, I'm shaking. I'm so disappointed. I'm glad that he admitted it. He was probably watching. And I said just earlier in this live, I said, if you because I thank you, Vet Girl. Once again, the real women and men are searching 24/7, and these clowns are playing games. They need to be held accountable, unacceptable, and some of us know the game. This is Tony absolutely endorsed this. He did at least. Yes, he got rid of the legit PI. He did. He got rid of the legit PI. Sure did. The only legit PI that he has had. And I'll be honest with you, I don't even think Seth is capable of making a rational decision right now. But this, I mean, if Seth does not get rid of Tony for this, in my opinion, after Tony believing this guy, it's just unfucking believable. That's right, Elisa. This is your son. Stop playing the fucking games. People, PIs don't need to be. They zip their lips, is what PIs do. Just like law enforcement, they're not going to tell you or me a fucking thing. Nothing. Let's watch this again. Because earlier he did this one.
Hey guys, I just want to.
And I knew, I knew his behavior. I knew this. I knew he was downplaying at that point, and I knew it was bullshit at that point. You see, this guy, he's right. He's not a web sleuth. He doesn't know us true crimers. He doesn't know us, right? Like, he does not know us. We can see bullshit a mile away, people in true crime. We can see it a mile away. Right? This is not our first rodeo, mother chickens. Okay? And I knew, and that's why I saw this video. We played it earlier, and I said, dude, please, if you were, pumping up the stuff or whatever, just say it. And I'm glad he did. You know what? Because some people just put out the bullshit, drop it, and fucking leave. So I give him props for at least saying I was bullshitting you. But it's fucking sucks that there is a guy, that there are human beings out there that play on humans' emotions, give this father false hope. He's going to take any bit of good news, whether it's true or not, at this point. And Seth needs to chill out. You know what I mean? But I mean, there's becoming a pattern here. Okay, I will 1 second. Let's watch this again. I knew earlier that he was downplaying. He's like, I'm not a sleuth. Nope, don't bring it on me. But yesterday he was a sleuth because he learned more in one sit down than we have learned in almost 3 months. Something that Nick Barris couldn't get, that JLR couldn't get, that I couldn't get, that T-Rev couldn't get, that Josh couldn't get. And trust me, every one of us that named that, we are on this mother chicken 24/7. I wake up in the middle of the night looking at my messages like this. On it. Pascal. Seth must be feeling so let down, this poor guy. And Joe, I completely understand that, and there's so many emotions in this because we're all invested. But we've got, I support Seth because I know in my heart of hearts that he, in my opinion, is innocent. He was at work, but I've got to have him accountable, in my opinion, because he keeps picking really bad people. And he got rid of the only good PI, in my opinion, that he's had so far. Gold Dust. Tony needed to get everyone talking about something else instead of Nina Glass. See how that worked? Your fun was Kirby. I love you. All right. So when this came out earlier, I knew it. I knew he was.
Hey guys, I just want to come on here before any lives or anything like that, and I'm sure a couple people might say something about this, but I am a man. When I make a mistake, I'll come here and say it. Now I had the opportunity to have the major of the head guy over the criminal investigations unit, Tim Bailey, had the opportunity to talk to him today. And what I will tell you is I made a very, very crucial mistake when misspeaking about the camera footage that
He said he talked to Tim Bailey today. You know what I bet? I bet you they got in contact with him today. Bet me. Bet me. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? I bet you anything they got in contact with him today. They called him up or they knocked on his little door, is what they did. And they said, why are you telling people this? That is not what happened. Yeah, you came down, but we didn't tell you none of that. Why are you lying?
that they have and all the footage that they have gathered, they have not seen Sebastian past the date of the 26th that he went missing. This is my fault for saying, for me making an understanding after talking to him that when we were talking and was talking about all the camera footage and I had asked the question, he was simply stating, no, they have gathered every bit of footage they could from all the cameras that they could, and including the one where, it was said that, he was in the area. They went to those locations and was, where they could get camera footage and got those. I thought that he said that, or took it as a way of like, oh no, yeah. So the day that that we have footage that he has seen past that date. Cindy will be able to explain this a lot better. She also talked to him. There's a lot of things, man.
A lot of things, man. So my question is, did you just memorize this? Did you just remember this out of the air? Is that what happened? Did it just come to your memory that, oh, I got that wrong? Or did somebody call you and say, correct this shit?
That I can say. But first and foremost, I want to apologize to Gator. I don't do that stuff. I'm not a crime talk. I'm going to make a mistake. And I've always said this on every one of my videos. Check my information, do your own research, and you find out. And unfortunately, trying to be helpful, it would be something that would be very bad in the sense of like where it got out to, in the fact that it put hopes out there that were false, and making Seth believe that that his son had been seen past that date of the 26th. That I am truly sorry for. And when talking to Tim was very, very nice, very positive. He said, one of the main reasons why he did not, that they don't like doing press releases every day, like in every week or anything, is because in all honesty, he doesn't want to deliver nothing burgers. He don't want to get Seth and the family's hopes up. There's a lot more to this I can say that I can't put into words correctly, because I don't think I'm the person that should be doing this, right? This should come from Tony, Cindy, people that are credible.
Who's Cindy?
I went up there, absolutely, and Tim did tell me that David in our conversation was recorded, which is great to know. So you should be able to get that information, right? But first and foremost,
yes, I would like to know that as well. Someone just wrote it in here. What about the texting with Sebastian's grandma? Did Sebastian text with his grandmother too?
I wanted to come on here.
I mean, does people think we're just going to take their word
without going on anybody's lives and tell you, hey, I made a big fucking mistake on a key
That's not a mistake
point when it come to if Sebastian Rogers was seen on the 26th or after the 26th.
Oh, I know the answer, but I want him to admit it.
I'm a man of integrity, and when I make a mistake,
if you're integrity, then tell us.
I'm sure I'll get ridiculed and dragged all over the place, but at the end of the day, it ain't going to stop me from doing the preparations for planning for a search team to come and do what I got to do to take part and to be able to bring Sebastian home. Now, do that what you will. I will tell you this, Miss Cindy will have her live later. She's phenomenal. And I'm so thankful to have a friend in Cindy who was able, when I talked to her today, hey man, call Tim Bailey too. You get what you hear and you tell me what you hear and stuff like that. That way, if there's anything that I might have miscommunicated, she has the correct facts on that. And I am super happy to have somebody like her, because again, I'm not an investigator. I'm just a guy from Hendersonville that posts stuff.
I don't know.
And this case took a part. It took a big part of me, and it means a lot to me. That being said, moving forward, rule number one: Stephen is not an investigator. Leave that to the people that do it. I wanted answers, and I found out from Tim today that they are absolutely talking to media and stuff, though. It's just maybe it's not what people want to hear, that there's nothing to be said right now.
Oh, well, he just said it then. There's nothing to be said right now. Like, we did not fucking already know that, dude. Like, we did not already know that. You've told us nothing. Nothing. Gotcha. Bye. Like, FBI didn't go to criminals first, especially feds. Where's my applause button? This is what they do. This is what law enforcement does. Listen, I know we get a lot of shit on YouTube and stuff, but let me tell you something. YouTube true crime is saints compared to TikTok. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. That is just going off the Summer Wells case script. Talking to Tim. No, I don't think Tim Mullins is. No. He just said, let me back that up. Just back that up and hear that one more time.
They are absolutely talking to media and stuff, though. It's just maybe it's not what
Yeah, they're talking to media, but they're not telling us nothing, which
people want to hear, that there's nothing to be said right now. They are absolutely talking to media and stuff, though. It's just maybe it's not what people want to hear, that there's nothing to be said right now.
there's nothing to be said right now. We know that. 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 Cindy made. I mean, if this Tony just took it. Let's fish. Just took it. Oh, Cher girl. Cher, did you just get here? Hook, line, and sinker. Hook, line, and sinker. It's the public's job to keep the victims' faces out there. It's law enforcement's job to put factual information out there. Point blank, period. So this guy that was on last night who gave us all this information, he put a thing out earlier and he was really downplaying it. And I was live and I said, "God, dude, just please, if you didn't, if you're lying about it, if you overstated it, whatever, just please just say the right thing." I did not bubble bath. And he told us he lied.
Like that. And I'm sure a couple people might say something about this, but I am a man. When I make a mistake, I'll come here and say it. Now, I had the opportunity to have the major of the head guy over the criminal investigations unit, Tim Bailey, had the opportunity to talk to him today. And what I will tell you is I made a very, very crucial mistake when misspeaking about the camera footage
That's not
that they have
misspeaking.
and all the footage.
That is not misspeaking. That's it's like saying used versus pre-owned. Pre-owned sounds better. You did not misspeak, sir.
That they have gathered. They have not seen
You lied.
Sebastian past the date of the 26th that he went missing. This is
No. Take everything he said and throw it in the garbage, Sunset, because that is where it belongs. Garbage. Absolute garbage. There is nothing, zero, zilch, nada.
my fault for saying, for me making an understanding after talking to him, that when we were talking and was talking about all the camera footage and I had asked the question, he was simply stating, no, they have gathered every bit of footage they could from all the cameras that they could, and including the one.
They have told us that. They've gathered all the footage they can from everywhere they can, and they still have nothing.
Where, it was said that, he was in the area. They went to those locations and was, where they could get camera footage and got those. I thought that he said that, or took it as a way of like, oh no, yeah. So the day that that we have footage that he has seen past that date. Cindy will be able to explain this a lot better. She also talked to him. There's a lot of things, man, that I can say. But first and foremost, I want to apologize to Gator. I don't do that stuff. I'm not a crime talk. I'm going to make a mistake. And I've always said this on every one of my videos. Check my information, do your own research, and you find out. And unfortunately, trying to be helpful, it would be something that would be very bad in the sense of like where it got out to, in the fact that it put hopes out there that were false, and making Seth believe that that his son had been seen past that date of 26. That I am truly sorry for. And when talking to Tim was very, very nice, very positive. He said, one of the main reasons why he did not, that they don't like doing press releases every day, like in every week or anything, is because in all honesty, he doesn't want to deliver nothing burgers. He don't want to get Seth and the family's hopes up. There's a lot more to this I can say that I can't put into words correctly, because I don't think I'm the person that should be doing this, right? This should come from Tony, Cindy, people that are credible. I went up there, absolutely, and Tim did tell me that David in our conversation was recorded, which is great to know. So you should be able to get that information, right? But first and foremost, I wanted to come on here without going on anybody's lives and tell you, hey, I made a big fucking mistake on a key detail point when it come to if Sebastian Rogers was seen on the 26th or after the 26th, and that is my fault. I'm a man of integrity, and when I make a mistake, I will happily own up to that mistake. I'm sure I'll get ridiculed and dragged all over the place, but at the end of the day, it ain't going to stop me from doing the preparations for planning for a search team to come and do what I got to do to take part and to be able to bring Sebastian home. Now, do with that what you will. I will tell you this: Miss Cindy will have her live later. She's phenomenal, and I'm so thankful to have a friend in Cindy who was able, when I talked to her today, hey man, call Tim Bailey too. You get what you hear, and you tell me what you hear, and stuff like that. That way, if there's anything that I might have miscommunicated, she has the correct facts on that. And I am super happy to have somebody like her, because again, I'm not an investigator. I'm just a guy from the That being said, moving forward, rule number one: Stephen is not an investigator. Leave that to the people that do it. I wanted answers, and I found out from Tim today that they are absolutely talking to media and stuff, though. It's just maybe it's not what people want to hear, that there's nothing to be said right now. But they are absolutely day in and day out.
They're absolutely nothing to be said right now. Guess we're back to the colossal popcorn. Jesus. In my opinion, TikTok is the lowest form of entertainment. Reminds me of Jessica. Oh my God. That is hilarious. Yep. If anybody wants to call in, you can call in. The phone lines are open now. I do want to show you guys, because I know you guys are frustrated. I know it. I feel it from the screen. This is the Amber Alert. And this right here is the only factual information that we have. April 26th marks 2 months since Sebastian Rogers was reported missing from his Sumner County home. Since the time, TBI special agents from multiple units have been assisting the Sumner County Sheriff's Office in the efforts to locate Sebastian. These efforts have included multiple large-scale search on the ground, in water, and from air. The searches have included multiple local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies, including FBI and Secret Service. Residents in the area have also conducted searches on their own properties in the hopes to finding Sebastian or learning what may have happened to him. To date, there have been no confirmed sightings of Sebastian since the issuance of the Amber Alert. TBI special agents continue to review the information gathered since the investigation began, follow up on all leads and tips that come in, and work with counterparts from other law enforcement agencies to review strategies and consider options. The Amber Alert for Sebastian Rogers remain active. We continue to encourage with anyone with information to call 1-800-TBI-FIND or send email to tips to tbi@tbi.tn.gov. 4324 TBI special agents are joining investigators with the Sumner County Sheriff's Office law enforcement agencies for surrounding counties conduct another thorough search in Long Hollow Pike area in reference to the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers. While there has not been any additional information to indicate Sebastian may be or may have been trained, search teams will again execute a ground search in wooded areas and open areas around Sebastian's home and neighborhood. Additionally, we have been made aware that an altered version of the official TBI Amber Alert, that's another fuck up, poster has been made and is being circulated throughout social media, indicating that this new poster has been verified. Please be aware that a lot of false information has been posted through multiple social media channels. The poster our agency has developed and is using is below, which is this one. Special agents and intelligence analysis continue to go over the reviewed information and have have collected since the search of Sebastian began. They also continue to follow up on tips and leads as they come in. To date, there have been more than 240 tips that have been provided to tips to tbi.tbi.tn.gov email and the 1-800-TBI tip line. We still encourage residents who live in the area to search their property, their outbuildings, under decks, inside boats or cars. Anyone anywhere a teen could be able to hide. If residents have property that has terrain that may include ledges, holes, or unstable footing and don't feel comfortable assisting, sorry, in themselves, we can have someone with law enforcement to do it for them. Much of the work being done to track down information about where Sebastian may have gone is not something you will necessarily see in the public. We want you to know that every day work is being done to find Sebastian. Any information that may have about Sebastian, what he looks like, where he likes to go, people he may know. If you can help us find Sebastian, please let us know. 3/15/2024 on February 26, 2024, 15-year-old Sebastian disappeared from his home, leading to large ground scale search results in first responders covering about 2,000 total miles in efforts to find him. We continue to work with the Sumner County Sheriff's Office and the TBI. Both proactively pursued information may relevant to the search of Sebastian and pursue any tips that may come in. This is the part that I want to get to. What areas have been searched? Question. Within the first several days, more than 2,000 miles were searched on foot. Many of the areas were initially searched and searched again. Law enforcement officers have searched the neighbors, surrounding areas, schools, and many other areas of the county by foot. Bloodhounds and handlers have searched the same area. There have been aerial searches with helicopters, drones, and fixed-wing planes. These aerial searches have been conducted on multiple days and multiple nights using thermal imaging technology. Sebastian's residence, the yard, the house, the vehicles have all been searched multiple times. The neighborhood where Sebastian lives has been canvassed. Neighbors' houses have been searched. Sebastian is autistic and his family says he is drawn to waters. Pools in the neighborhood were searched. Dive teams were brought in, and bodies of water around the neighborhood and beyond that were searched, including caves. Question: what about technology aspect? Have you collected security videos from area homes and businesses? Have cell phones been checked? Answer: many neighbors and businesses have provided videos from home and business surveillance systems. We are grateful for the cooperation. The video has been collected and from the beginning of the investigation has been analyzed and enhanced where possible by tech experts with the TBI FBI Secret Service. To date, nothing gathered from the video systems has been determined to be significant. They have searched all the cameras and nothing to date, nothing has been significant. We do caution that some surveillance video being shared in the public may have been misinterpreted or misidentified or not shown in its entirety. It has been determined that it does not hold any evidentiary significant value to the investigation. Numerous search warrants have been executed, cell phone data has been analyzed, and any other available digital evidence has been collected, searched, and documented. Information was collected from Sebastian's gaming system and has been analyzed. With help from the TBI, vehicles that were placed in the area at or around the time of Sebastian's disappearance have been accounted for. These videos and all of the electronic evidence that has already been reviewed is often also being re-investigated. Question: what's going on now with the investigation? What's next? Answer: the search for Sebastian has not stopped. Everyday tips leads are being investigated. People are being interviewed and re-interviewed. Evidence that has been reviewed once already has been gone over again. We continue to ask residents in the area to search, to keep your eye on your property, to see if you see anything that may have moved or displaced. Is this a place where your child could have hidden? Question mark. If you have a property that ledges holes and all that, we've gone over that again. Finally, we are extremely grateful to the members of the Sumner County community for the time, attention, and prayers being offered to help find Sebastian. The members of law enforcement communities, emergency management personnel, wildlife organizations, so many other groups, along with very generous businesses and individuals who have provided well wishes for Sebastian, along with food, water, and other comforts to the searchers. All of the contribution is greatly appreciated. Thank you. This man just lied on this child. And to be honest with you, he just gave false hope. He just gave false hope, which is really freaking sad. Went searching in today. They couldn't cross the water. I mean, you know what? Terry. I don't really know much about Charlie, but Terry, I love Terry. I don't know anything about Charlie, really, to be honest with you. But Terry works her ass off every day. That woman goes 24 freaking 7. It is mean and it's cruel. And I hope he shakes Seth's hand and looks him in the eye and says he's sorry. And I even hope he does that to Chris and Katie. Because having an opinion, I don't mind if a person has an opinion about someone that they believe someone did it. But don't lie. Don't say that is a fact. There's a difference in an opinion, and there's a difference in a fact. That's the difference. You don't lie on anybody. That's the thing. You don't lie. You don't lie. All murderers lie. Just saying. And you know what? Chris and Katie have lied. They have lied. But two wrongs don't make a right either. Thank you, Reno. I don't know. I'm starting to believe that, people may be putting these people in there. You know what I mean? It's getting weird. They need to chill. The child does deserve better. They absolutely do. They absolutely do. Wow. This is unbelievable, y'all. Just unbelievable. It is distractions. Terry is amazing. She's amazing. She's a no bullshit type person. She tells it like it is, and she works her ass off night and day. That woman, let me tell you something. I went to bed late one night. It was like midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning. And I got up at 6 o'clock, and Terry's still live. She was live when I went to bed. She was live when I woke up. And she had searched all day. And she had went home just for a little bit. She stayed live. And she said, "Well, guys, the sun's coming up. I'm getting ready to put my shoes back on and get out there." And I was like, God, girl. She wants this boy found. Yes. And Terry Lynn, she gets a lot of shit from people in here. She does. But let me tell you something. She might get a lot of shit, but there is nobody physically putting in the hours like that woman. And I appreciate her for that. I don't know why she gets the crap, but she works her ass off. She works her ass off putting flyers out and everything else. Do yourself a favor and put up Proud Feet's all right, guys, I'm going to jump off here. I'll be back live later. Tonight, Josh has a live at 11 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you go see Josh the Lab. I'll probably be back on like at 1, 2 o'clock. Smiley is live now. Go over to Smiley Stories. You love Smiley. She's a hoot. Lab, Josh from the Lab, my buddy. He is going live at 11 p.m. Eastern. Can't handle no more circus peanuts tonight. Well, you're not getting any circus peanuts. Well, I mean, you're listening. I don't know. I want to thank you all truly from the bottom of my heart. It doesn't go unnoticed by me that you have a lot of options here on YouTube, right? A lot of us go live at different times, and if AB's live, absolutely AB. And you have a lot of choices at once, and I really appreciate you just being here. You can choose to be anywhere in the world, anywhere on YouTube, and you choose to be here, and that truly humbles me, and I appreciate your time. I really do. Justice for Sebastian. He absolutely deserves better. Ugh. All right, guys. Love you. I'll see y'all later.